everyone, welcome to the Digital Diary on Friday, which is Friendly Friday, and today I have Ellie with me, who I've been telling you about all week. So Ellie, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
All right, Diane, thank you so much for bringing me in today. It's such a treat. I have had so much fun working with you, and my story actually began. I was a reporter for NBC for almost a decade, and I really learned the art of having to take 2 hours of footage every day and condense it into a minute and a half story for the news in the evening. And it taught me a whole lot about how to have really meaningful conversations, how to boil down a message and get rid of all the extra stuff we say because we think we should. And when I left news, I started a business to help women get over heartbreak. And that business led me to share my story and figure out how to use my own personal messaging in a way that really connected with my audience and inspired people to take action. And I shared that message in places like the Today Show, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times. I used a lot of online videos to build community, and I started speaking on stage as well. And in that time, I had people come to me and say, wow, I love what you're doing and how you're sharing your message. Can you teach me how to do that? And that is when my current business, Media Bombshell, was really born, because I saw that there were so many people who had these amazing messages to share. They just didn't have all the tools to know how to do it. And so now I spend my time helping amazing people like you, figuring out how to really master that message, how to get to the heart of it, and how to share it in a way that has the most impact.
And that's what I loved about working with you is, first of all, doing all the research. I felt like I could see all those videos. I could really experience you. I could feel your story. I could see your transformation because you had all the footage from the news all the way to being on the Today Show. So I felt like I was part of your journey, and I wanted to hop on that train. And I loved the name Media Bombshell because I came to you at a broken state. I had just gone through a divorce. I was going through my own transformation of who is Diane Duran and what is the message that I want to bring. And what I loved about working with you is all the fun, creative exercises that we did. And you wrote on the whiteboard, not me. And that was such a treat because I'm always on the whiteboard. What I also liked is that we worked very collaboratively, with your base camp so that I could find everything and it was all organized. And then I did audio recordings of everything so I could go back and listen to my story. How?
It's really interesting.
Go ahead.
That system really developed because I wanted to see what ways I could really serve my clients even better. And Basecamp is, for people who don't know it, it's essentially an online hub, a place where you can have text documents, you can actually have your discussions, your emails back and forth, all stored in one place, any important dates coming up, all the content you're creating as a team or even a partnership. And when I started using that, it really did change the way people were looking at the project. And it was really a wonderful gift that I had been using on my own business. And I just realized, wow, if I use this with the people who I'm working with as well, it's going to really up our game together.
Yeah.
And the idea of recording actually started because I had people asking me, oh my gosh, I wish you could tell me this whole thing over again. And I just started saying, why don't we record these so that you can listen anytime? Because what we do together is really create something that is new. It's a different way of speaking. It's a different way of you expressing this work you've been doing potentially for years for a lot of people. And so it is good for them to be able to go back and listen again and hear it. And I have a lot of people who say, I listen to it while I'm working out, I listen to it while I'm in the car, and they get that boost that they need. They get that refresher of what we went through, and it really helps them begin to think in this new way.
Yeah. And we role played. Like I remember sitting in your office and role playing and really telling that story, and you would say, okay, now pretend I'm a reporter, now pretend I'm this, and had me really get into the body mechanics of it telling the story so that it really was so fully integrated. And then one of my favorite our last session together, whenever we worked last year, is you said, you know, for someone as colorful as you are, your wardrobe is not that colorful. You need to go get some color. And I started working with your stylist, and she transformed my whole wardrobe, which again was another extension of me really stepping into my strength, my vision, and the message I wanted to bring to the world. And I'm so excited. You and I just had a 30-minute power session, which we always are frenetic whenever we have them. And you're going to be very much a part of the pulse of the Doodle Institute as it rolls out over the next 3 months as one of my advisors on the video production, on the scripts, on the writing. And I just love that you're so willing to dive into this with me. Like, you're like already thinking through all the ways that we need to map it out. And I can't wait to get started with you and to work with you again, because you're such an essential part of my team and my success. And I just adore you.
Well, Diane, you know, it's such a wonderful pleasure to get to be a part of your work, because I so believe in what you're doing. And I really get, when you first came in and started talking to me and we were first diving into how you can share this message and get really fundamental about what it means to you to get to do this work in the world, it just touched me and I got it. And I know how much it means to you, and I know how much you are going to truly impact the planet with this work. So the pleasure is all mine. And I'm so excited about the next 3 months. I'm so excited about years beyond that, but especially our work coming up. I think the Institute is just such a brilliant idea, and it's going to be so wonderful for people to get access to these programs and these classes. So it's just going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait to get started.
Well, thanks for joining me today, Ellie, and I know that we'll have you back during the diaries as we continue to roll out over the next few weeks. So we'll see you soon.
Pleasure.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.